There's a few things that you need to have open when we're doing this stuff with web pages, Filezilla, and so on. One is you need a browser to view the website in. So I'm using Thomas's as an example. So his is 10.152.89.164. Just remembering that if you can't remember what the IP address is, go up to links. Down the bottom is the current IP address for the web server. So I've chosen Thomas, so we put Thomas, that's his chosen username, and it currently has Hello World appearing. Opening up Filezilla, you put the same IP address in, your username, and your password, and you all know what your password is now. Just go connect, abort previous connection, and it comes up with this information here. So currently Thomas has this file in his server space, and he has this one. When he goes to his web browser, it comes up with Hello World. We don't want it to come up with Hello World and just show the contents of the server space. Then we change the name of the file, or we delete it. I'll just change the name of it, hit enter. Then if I go back to Safari and do a refresh, it comes up with the list of files in that space. Now, I want to actually make a web page do something. Right, actually have images, be structured nicely, etc., etc. So that's going to require you to learn a little bit of HTML, which is fine. Piece of software you really want to use is Text Wrangler. You use Text Wrangler, Text Edit, you can use Sublime, any of them, they all do the same job. And when Text Wrangler opens up, it kind of looks like, I'll just bring this across so you can see it. Kind of looks like this. I already have some files that I've been working with, so they just show here. And then this is the file that I want to put stuff into. So as far as FTP stuff goes on Filezilla, you need to have your Finder up and running as well, so you can transfer files across from one location to the next. So I might have some files in a little bit bigger on my desktop that I might want to transfer into Thomas's space. So it might be this, so I can just click on that and drag it into here, and it uploads. So that's the simplest solution for uploading anything to the server space. So if I now go to here and do a refresh, you can now see the image that I just put up there. So I go back to Filezilla, back to Finder, so I've got that set, and now I go back to Text Wrangler. Okay, and I'm going to save this one as index.html. Get rid of the .txt on the end. You always want your home page to be index.html. Decide where you're going to save it on your machine, in your server space, on your USB, wherever. I'm just going to save it in documents here. I'm going to call a new folder called CompSci 11 website. So that's what I'm going to call it. You can call it bananas if you like, it doesn't matter. So I now have a new folder with which to save it into, and I'm calling it index.html. Now, as far as websites go, this is the coding side of building a web page. So I'm going to make a super simple one. First thing I have to do is tell the browser that this is an HTML document. I then need to say, I'm going to give you a title. And these are called tags, these things in the brackets. All right, so you have an opening tag, you have a closing tag, you have items inside the tag. And tags often come in pairs. So title will have an ending tag, and they usually have the same thing. But the ending tag will have a / in front of it indicating that this is the ending tag. Title means that Thomas's website. So, you know, when you're at a website and you look at the top of the browser, it's got the name of the website at the top of the browser. That's where that information comes from in the title. So you've told the browser that, hey, I'm working in HTML. The title of the website is Thomas's website. I've spelled that wrong. I should just have get rid of that S. Underneath that, I'm going to have a head of my website and a closing tag that does the same thing. Right. Now I haven't put anything in there. You put keywords, tags, and other bits and pieces in there, useful for search engines. Apart from that, I'm going to have body. This is the body of my website. This is the bulk of what gets displayed on the screen goes. So you've got an opening and closing body tag. And then you'll have your final closing HTML tag. So this is a simple structure of a website. So all the information I want to put in here goes into the body. This is all the information I want. Well spelt. Information I want. Blah, blah, blah. All right? In images and so on. So I now save that. Saved it into my folder by default because that's where I saved it to start with. I then want to go to Filezilla. Then want to go to Finder. Go to my Documents folder. And I called it Computer Science 11 Website. So there it is there. And I'm going to drag this file onto my index page I just made onto the server space. It's now there. I don't need that one anymore, so I can delete that. I can just go right click on it and go delete. It goes away. I now go to the browser, do a refresh, and then it says this is all the information I want, blah, 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 blah. All right, exactly what I typed in my text wrangler. Okay, so I want you to do this, create an index file of your own, structure it up so it looks like this. I'll zoom in a bit so you can see it better on the screen. Plus I've made a recording of this little snippet of information as well, which you'll find on Moodle once I've uploaded it to YouTube. And here endeth the lesson. All right, stop.